Throughout the first half of this semester, I have had the privilege of learning about the culture of South Korea through my international roommate, Sumin. By being able to live with someone studying abroad, I was able to experience the Korean way of life firsthand rather than simply hearing about it. I enjoyed learning about the aspects of South Korean culture that pertain to social customs, education, healthcare, and cuisine. The Korean culture focuses on showing respect in a multitude of situations, including visiting the living spaces of others. Both Sumin and her friends removed their shoes before entering our room. An additional aspect of Korean culture that I noticed by observing Sumin and her friends is modesty. They taught me that Koreans, particularly women, usually dressed more conservatively than Americans. Korean women do not normally wear tight-fitting clothing in public. The modest tendencies of Korean culture is also transitioned into dating and relationships. In contrast to the casual American culture of sex, Koreans will enter a serious monogamous relationship before any other milestones occur. I was constantly interested to hear about these cultural aspects of the younger Korean population because although they are more westernized than their preceding generations, they still uphold traditional values. The Korean aging system is also different from American culture. When a child is born in South Korea, they are considered to be 1 year old rather than 0. Then, all Koreans turn a year older on New Year's Day instead of their individual birthdays. The education system of South Korea is similar to that of the United States, as students study a variety of subjects that include science, mathematics, social studies, and language arts. Schools are also separated by age, and students advance from elementary to middle to high school by age. Korean schools have only recently become more co-educational now that both genders can study technology and domestic science. The Korean education system has additionally put a larger emphasis on teaching character and humanitarian values to its students. Once again, the notion of respect is shown in the culture, because students truly admire and value their teachers, and they demonstrate that by their polite attitudes. The healthcare system of South Korea is run by their Ministry of Health and Welfare and funded by a national health insurance scheme. The system is a universal healthcare model that both citizens and visitors to the country can benefit from. South Korea is advanced in medical research, offering both Western and traditional Asian treatments. A prominent feature of any culture is cuisine, and I was able to learn about popular Korean styles of food through Sumin. She frequently told us about her and her fellow Koreans' love for Korean barbecue due to its abundance of spicy flavors. Sumin and her Korean friends are also fond of sushi, and I had the pleasure of participating in their sushi night, in which we made our own sushi rolls. Therefore, seafood is also clearly a large part of Korean culture. Living with Sumin was certainly one of the most positive experiences I have ever had, and both she and I can attest to the extremely meaningful connection we established. I was able to learn numerous fun facts about her culture. Unfortunately, the pandemic forced Sumin to return home early, but I will be able to see her again in the fall. There was never a feeling of being uncomfortable, as I felt a responsibility to make sure she was content so far away from home. We enjoy teaching each other about our cultures, and we are both going to attempt to remember the new words learned in our respective languages, although she has a much larger inventory in English than I do in Korean. I am grateful to have met Sumin, and I never thought I would have a lifelong friend across the world, as well as a reason to add visiting South Korea to my bucket list.